dark from the live stream whenever we get to talking deep about our Facebook ads class tonight, because that's going to be, strictly for us in the challenge. And from the live stream. There we go. There we go. We are live. We're live. All right. And for once today, I'm not going to be doing all the talking. Imagine that. So we're going to, there we go. Thank you. I appreciate that. So we're going to have some other guests give us their success stories. And during our Facebook class, we're also going to have some real deal understanding of how Facebook ads can drive traffic to our Shopify stores. Okay. So it's going to be all value tonight, but I'm letting you know that all value does not necessarily or even have to come from me. Shout out to Ashley. I see you with your template on. Let's go. I see you, baby. It's looking good too. All right. And awesome. I'm just letting a few more people in the room here. Y'all go ahead and turn on your cameras, because I'm only going to let people ask questions if you have your camera on. Because here's the deal. If this was a real deal opportunity and you had the opportunity to be in the room and ask someone, yeah, exactly, how did you do, 6 figures and exit your 9 to 5 and get into doing this online business? Like, can I ask you a specific question? You would want to be in that room with that person. You would need to be in the proper place to be there. So I'm getting us used to getting out of our comfort zone. Turn on your cameras so that you have an additional opportunity here. So you have an opportunity. If you're in the Zoom room, that means you have the opportunity because you either bought your Shopify ticket, your challenge ticket, or you are in the VIP, because VIPs and Platinum VIPs did allow in the room tonight, because I felt like this is a bonus that that our premium members deserve to hear about. And we're taking over class tonight for the VIPs. So I didn't want to upset my VIPs. I want to go ahead and let them in the room and let them get in on this game as well. Okay, so we'll have them coming in today as well. And Teresa, I see you over there with your designs up on the screen, baby. You better advertise. I love it. I love it. Good stuff. All right. So we have some more people coming in. Good deal. Good deal. So I wanted to start and Chandra, let me know if you are if you're driving. Go.
I'm available. I'm driving, but I'm going to park.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let you get situated. So I'm gonna talk a little bit first, and I just want to let you know that I was gonna have you first up. So when we come with the questions, that we're gonna come with the questions. I just wanted to be able to speak with you, love. And then let's see here. I see more people coming in. Come on in. All right. So what I want to do for tonight is we're going to have Chandra talk to us about her. We got a little volume going on here. What's that? Y'all do me a favor when you come in. If it doesn't automatically mute your mic, then mute your mic for me. And then when I call on you, then you can unmute your mic and ask your question. All right, cool. All right, that's Fantrisa coming in now. All right, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to bring some people on today who can attest to, number one, Shopify, of course, because this is our Shopify challenge, but also being able to exit their 9 to 5s and really do this entrepreneurial thing full time. So any questions that we have about that, I want to know what your questions are. And this isn't just me. Matter of fact, I'm going to sit back. I may chime in if I need to, or, ask questions on behalf of the tribe. But awesome. Okay, good deal. Parked and ready. Let's go. All right. And Chandra, feel free to unmute your mic, love. Are you good? Mic check, mic check.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you. Awesome. So how are you doing this
Okay.
night? I see you making moves.
Oh, yeah, no, I had to go to the UPS store. You know, I'm always dropping off packages. So I just got back from
Little
the
slight
UPS store.
flex, little slight flex. You always dropping off packages to the UPS store. Is that for your business per se?
Yes. Yeah, I had to ship to Georgia. So
Awesome.
yeah, packages.
Well, tell us a little bit about that. Tell us a little bit about your business, what you do, and how you got introduced to the group, and pretty much give us your. I'll tell you what. Give us your biggest success and win right now, and then I'm going to ask you a question right after that. Uh-oh, you went muted, love.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So my biggest success is being able to work for myself, being able to make my own schedule, and I get moved whenever I need to move because I make my own schedule.
That, and you know what? Everybody has their different definition of success. And so many times from us, I'm not hearing like, oh, it was, well, a lot of times it is a financial goal because in order to be able to do this full time, we have to meet a certain financial goal, right? But once
Right.
we meet that goal, it's like, okay, I met the goal, but the idea that I really love is not even the money. It is really, truly my freedom and that I get to do what I want to do and, care for my family a certain way. So, with that, what was it that you were doing before you were able to successfully do this full time? Like, what did your day look like? What was it that you were what were you doing? And I want you to tell me that before the switch, before you were able to do this full time.
Okay. So can you guys see me? Because it's freezing on my. Can you see me?
Yeah, we can see you.
Okay. So before this, I was working part-time. I worked from home from like 2015 until I quit my job in April of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working from home. I was working part-time, but it was miserable. It was like my last straw was when my baby didn't have daycare. And I asked them, I was like, can I do something different today? Because I was taking phone calls with my job, and my baby was like 1 at the time. And I was like, I don't want to have him in the background of my calls. So is it possible to do something different today? And the manager was like, and I'm always doing other jobs. Like I literally cross-trained into doing different jobs, and I would move around as needed. But that particular day, I asked her to do something different, and she was like, if you can't work, you need to call the call off line. So I was like, okay. And this was like New Year's Eve 2020. So it was going into, no, I'm sorry, 2021, going to 2022. So I was like, by December this year, I'm quitting this job because I didn't appreciate that. Like I'm having for permission to be a mom, and that was a day that we was actually supposed to be closed, but the company ended up being open that day because they wanted to, I guess, meet some numbers. So I was planning to be off that day, and just so happened they was open. So it was just frustrating. I ended up working. I had the older kids pitch in and help out with the baby. But from that point on, I was like, you know what? Something got to give. I can't do this anymore. Like, I can't ask permission to be a mom at this job no more. That's not gonna work. So that was my motivation. I didn't think I was gonna be able to quit in April, but it was crazy. It was crazy because when I quit, I actually played an April Fool's prank on my husband, and I told him I had already quit. But before then, I was already like hustling because so I found Innate Lab in November. I didn't start printing until like January because I was setting up my printer and getting everything together with my printer. And at the time, I only had a 10 by 8. I had a 10 by 8 shed. So imagine a 36-inch printer in a 10 by 8 shed. I couldn't even turn around in there. It was so small. I couldn't even turn around in there.
Right.
But I had my printer set up in there, and I was trying to do the all overs. My designs was not good. And then that's when I learned I learned how to use the templates, and my design started to get a little bit better because I was like learning how to use them. But after that, I got my bigger 12 by 20 shed that I have on my property. I got that, and I'm gonna show y'all because I'm actually outside. But I got
it, please.
Yeah, I'm outside.
You know, we get excited about stuff like this.
Because I don't have my key, right? Because if my baby see me out here, he's not gonna be happy.
He's not gonna let you go. He not gonna let you have your attention, your moment.
He gonna keep outside. But so I got my shed in March, I think, and then so April 1st, that's when I quit. I was planning to quit maybe like November, December, but it happened way sooner than expected. And I think my first month that I was doing in full time, I was so scared. But my first month, I ended up doing $7,000 in that 1 month.
Wait a minute. First month.
Let me see if I can turn.
Can we get a oh, come on, that's not a she shed. That is a palace right there.
It's big. It's all the way
with the mulch up to it. Like,
yeah, I got a whole walk. And I'm trying to
I love it.
I can't even get in there. But my key in the house, but yeah, I'm locked out. So
we'll have another opportunity for you to come on and give us a tour. We need an MTV Cribs tour.
I'm telling you. But it's a whole office. Like it is, and I can. It's a whole workspace. Like I can't. I don't have any monthly rent or anything.
I love it. Well, you know, for us, like I started in a shed too. My shed didn't look nothing like that. My shed, and it was in the woods. Really? And I had a 6-station screen printing press out there in the uncovered part of the shed because it was a shed with like a overhang, and then I had to put screens up. And then a raccoon ran up on me one day when I was screen printing. So I was screen printing out in the wilderness. Raccoon ran up on me. I called 911. It's like, hey, this raccoon, he ran up on me. I don't know what to do. So that's my DMX voice. That's how I get when, it's a little, I got to get to my fighting stance. I got to channel DMX. So, so the police came out there, was like, man, what do you want us to do? I was like, I don't know. Like, he ran up on me. I'm out here. This is my space. He ain't paying rent. I am. Somebody got to go. So, but just to see you doing this and see the smile on your face, see that you've been able to do this full time and really truly be able to serve your purpose, which is a mom like that is, and being able to be a better mom, not just because you're making money, but because you have more time. You can actually like see what's going on with your kids better because you're paying more attention. They're paying attention to you, which means that now he's going to see this as part of his legacy and something to learn from. Yeah, I don't know. Was anyone here at the we did a hands-on workshop on Saturday? Anyone here in the chat, were you here on the hands-on workshop? I want to ask a question to y'all if you're here. Pam says yes. Did my niece and nephew actually like help out? Because I got some responses and people were like, your niece and nephew were so wonderful. They helped me so much. I was like, they did? Like, because I was bouncing around helping everybody. And my niece and nephew are 10 and 11. They started watching me do Photoshop and learning it at around 6 and 8. So Pam says, yes, they did. I mean, they were like, yeah, you've got to click on this. And no, go back. I mean, and even helping with pressing and all. And the idea that our kids can be absorbing what we're doing and really getting a taste of this at such a young age before anybody tells them they have to flip a burger for somebody else in order to survive, or they have to sell their time for money in order to make a living. Before someone even gives them that inclination, they get to work off of their natural and their innate creativity, which is what they always did. When they tell us what they're going to be when they grow up and they tell us these big dreams, the only inhibitions that kids really experience are from adults. Go figure. We're the ones that's realistic up in here, right? But really and truly, if we can give them that freedom of expression and understanding what they can do with their own minds and their own hands, it's limitless from there. So this is the ultimate way to be able to help your family. So I'm like, I want to know a little bit more, and I'm sure folks want to know a little bit more too. What did your first 7K month, like, what did that consist of? What did you do? What did you make?
That was crazy. That was graduation. See, that was my first ever graduation season. And the crazy thing is now, I was telling my friend, and she's probably on here, Kim. I was telling her, I'm like, if I had Shopify last year, I could have easily done 10K. The reason why I had to cap it at 7K was because I was literally invoicing each customer. I'm stopping the pressing to invoice the customer to place the order. Having Shopify is like having an assistant, because Shopify is basically doing the order, like doing the work for you. If you have it set up properly, they can upload their pictures onto Shopify. They can order everything they need on Shopify, and the orders just come through already paid for. You already have the name, you already have the school. If you're doing your local schools, you already have the logo, and everything is there for you. And all you're doing is just pressing, and if you need to send them a proof, you can send them a proof, but everything is there. Right. So if I had Shopify last year, I could have easily did 10K in that 1 month. It was just me. So I was like, I'm tired.
I love this because it helps us understand, like, when we can be successful without even putting all the pieces together, then it lets us know we can absolutely positively be successful once we actually put the right pieces into play. So a lot of what we're looking at is delegation, automation, and optimization, right? So I'm gonna tell you how Shopify helps you do that, because in this case, like, delegating the task of telling your customers what your prices are and collecting these orders. This is a task that basically you're giving to the system now. Automation, for that payment to automatically be made, and you don't have to text someone a Cash App link and then go mark in an Excel sheet somewhere where somebody paid for something. That's automation. Automation is when they upload all of their stuff and you can just download it on the back end and you know exactly what to work with. And then you have optimizations. Your optimization is literally, how can I improve this process every single time? So y'all, we're going to improve our processes. Then this way we can accept more money, accept more business, and scale our businesses, right? It's only so much that you're going to be able to do with the old school, text me your image, Cash App me that. We've got to get to owning our customer data. And that's what's important too, because I want to tell y'all something. I have this Innate Lab app. And I got a chance to tell Chandra a little bit about it today, and the Inner Circle members about this. But a part of what it does is it taps into your Shopify, and it really works with your customer relations. So you're able to create nurturing emails. You're able to text message your customers, send them promotions, put them on drips that they're automated. You say when this customer comes in as a new customer, give them a 10% off coupon for their first experience. Are they a customer that's purchased during football season before football season's coming back up? Let me identify that customer as a football customer and send them our new promotion for our new football designs, right? So all of these things are ways that, if you could just think of all the ways that you're marketed to on a regular basis, it's already thought out. It's a part of a system. And part of that system starts with you collecting your customer information, getting your customer data, and actually owning it. So you don't own your data when they're Cash Apping you, because you probably don't have it organized to own your data. You don't own the data when you're on Etsy. So I say use Etsy as a lead magnet. So get your customers excited about what you could do on Etsy, but don't go post all of your products on Etsy. It's a disorganized way of collecting data, and you don't own the data, Etsy does. If they shut down your store, you lose all your contacts. That's not a good look, okay?
Or they sure will.
Absolutely, that part too. So, Chandra, what else, like, what has happened since this would have been what, like a May, June, July, when you did your graduation stuff? What's been going on since then? Give us a scoop.
So since then, I've been marketing based on like different times of the year. So I like every holiday, I try to be ahead of the game, but the thing about it is when I get super busy, I get behind with all my designing. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to focus now on just staying ahead of the game and already being ready for the next thing.
Right.
So I literally been hustling all year. Like I do birthday, I do memorial, I do sports was big.
Mm-hmm.
Sports is like a big
Mm-hmm.
deal.
Mm-hmm.
Just marketing, getting my name out there, focusing on designing, trying to be the person, the go-to person in my area for
Mm-hmm.
what I do. Just
Right.
putting like my designs out there to let people see this. If you need a good design, I'm the person that you need to be trying to come to.
Right.
So yeah, it's work. It's definitely work, but with the templates, you can do it in 5 minutes.
So I love that you said that, because this is how, when I tell you I was able to transform an entire um, rural community that knew nothing about sublimation, nothing about this level of graphics, I was able to turn the whole community into like seeking for me for designs till this very day. I have not been there in, ooh, probably about 6 years now. I still get requests to do stuff in that area. And I'm actually hoping I can put one of my inner circle members in there, because Valoria's in that area now. And she's like, I'm like, no, you can't tell me the people that don't buy, because as long as they know you do this type of fire work, like
Yeah.
fire artwork. And this is the thing, y'all, I didn't have templates back then. You know what made me make templates? Y'all did. I should go a little more like this, like a heart. Y'all did, because I would always design everything from scratch every single time, because I thought as a creative, that's what a creative must do. And my creative juices were getting worn out. I was up to that shop to 2 o'clock in the morning every single morning, because the only time I could work is when people would get out of my face and I would get some peace and quiet. So from like 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. was my time where I would be able to create. So as you can imagine, it's not sustainable. So I want you to think of your business model, right? Your business model right now. I want you to ask two questions. Is it sustainable and is it scalable? And if it's no to either one of those, or at all, especially both of those, then we've got to change something. It doesn't mean that your gift that you're given, the gift that you want to share with the world, is not the proper gift to share. It's just that we're not in the right environment to share that gift. Okay. So I don't want us to get discouraged in our creativity. I want us to understand that this creativity, like who was it? Dantel said the other day, it's a business. Being a creative is a business, and we have to treat it as such. We have to basically put it in a position to be able to grow and scale. And part of that is by having a system that is going to be able to help us relieve some of the pressures of the things that we don't want to do, so that we can focus more on the marketing and the growing of the business. Okay.
Yeah.
And not even so much on the designs. That's what the templates are for. Literally, so you can spend 5 minutes. Y'all, I started showing y'all again how we do the templates and from scratch, because I used to show y'all that, and it will be a 4 hour long video. And y'all be like, yeah, that looks great, but I'm not going to do that, Shannon. If it took you 4 hours, it's going to take me 20. No, thank you. And this is where I got the idea to sell you all the template, so that, hey, if I promise you, if you just do this one time, you touch this one time from here on out, you can change this out in 5 to 10 minutes. And you all were the inspiration for that solution. So this is why I don't want you to be afraid of problems. This is why I don't want you to be afraid to talk about problems, because this is how the problems get resolved, right? So just so you know, y'all are the entire reason why this academy even exists. So give yourselves a pat on the back for that one, okay? And then Chandra, I do have a question here. How did your customers find out about your work? Great question.
For me, what I do is I actually post on social media quite often.
Wait a minute. Pause. Did you hear that? Okay, just checking. So this is a part of why this is a part of the challenge. And don't, y'all will be posting again. Don't worry. But go ahead, Chandra. I apologize. I just wanted to,
On social media quite often, and I will tell y'all, it don't matter how many likes you get, and I know it's discouraging when you don't get no likes, but let me tell y'all this. They may not like, but they are watching. And it's the people who do not like who is in your inbox trying to buy it. So I'm telling y'all, they post every day if you can. Post at least every other day, because they may not comment or like or share, but they are watching. And I encourage people to share my posts all the time. I try to post like funny, like I'll try to make a funny design where people, like, if they think it's funny, so they're going to share it. If I see, I get kicked out of groups. Like if somebody comment like in a marriage club group, what are y'all getting your husbands for Valentine's Day? Guess who posted the mock-up of what they're selling for Valentine's Day? Like, I'm always promoting. I'm always in business mode. I'm always I'm always promoting. But I post every day. I post on my story. I post on Instagram, and I do not know how to use Instagram. I use an app called Business Suite. It posts on Facebook and Instagram at the same time. So I use that app, and I post on TikTok. So I post, and I don't use hashtags for business owners. I use hashtags for customers. So you don't want to post and use sublimation as a hashtag. Your customer don't know what sublimation is.
Right.
Your competition knows what sublimation is. You're going to get a bunch of business people asking you questions. You post for customers. If you post football design, hashtag youth football, hashtag things that your customer is following, not your competition. Okay. So, and I get people, I got a lady on Google. She actually just texted my business number and told me I got my shirt. I shipped her shirt out the day before yesterday. I got my shirt. I love it. Thank you so much. Found me on Google. She lives in, I think, Kansas or somewhere like that. And I don't know her. She don't know me. So I started out with people who I know, but the people who I know, those people want a discount, and I don't have a discount to give them. So they may not be my customer, but you gotta get out there. You may not know all your customers. Try to provide good customer service, great designs, and they will come back. I have people, they come back. And
that's what the app does. Is so you mentioned the Google My Business. So what the app does is it uses your Google My Business listing to help you get engagement from your customers, and it also gives you the ability to have a your own phone number that people can call for Google and text message. So the system will do automated text messages for you, and the it's like $3 a month for a phone number. I know that I was paying like $14 a month for a phone number, for a business phone number. So that's good too.
Yeah, and when y'all the number that Shannon is talking about, that's the number I use. It's a Google number, and I don't have a separate phone. I use my own phone, but the way I set it up is when that phone rings to my phone, it rings my business number. And when I answer that number, I say, thank you for calling Blow Prints. So that person feels like they're calling the company. I'm not answering the phone saying hello. Right. At first I did, and the customer was like, is this the shirt? So I don't want to.
Yeah. So you have to be careful of that. Absolutely.
For calling Blow Prints. I'm an online print company. I'm an e-commerce print shop. They don't know I'm a home business. I don't myself as a home business online. I'm a company. So when you're confident and you posting your work, they don't have no choice but to respect that. They don't have no choice. They don't have no. Since I got my website up, people don't even ask me for a discount no more. Like they go on the site and they.
I'm going to share the website just for a moment here, if you don't mind. Do you mind?
No, I don't mind at all. And also, too, guys, I wanted to say this to the people who, because I have an accountant. My accountant does not allow me to take Cash App, Zelle. She doesn't allow me to take that stuff. She told me I'm not allowed to do it. So basically, what I do is I have everybody go to my website and order directly from my site, and that takes out the frustration of having somebody Cash App you. They think that their order is on the way, but they haven't paid for it yet. If they
Right,
know
right,
coming to your site, they're not going to expect the order. And
right.
that's just, you know,
I completely agree. And the other thing is, if you can manage human error and customer expectations, then
right.
you can create a better and you can optimize your experience every single time. You know
Yeah.
something that's cringy or something that causes the bottleneck. That's exactly what optimization is: finding your bottlenecks and clearing those bottlenecks so that you can have a better system, a better process. Then you'll find another bottleneck and you'll clear and clean that process. So nobody should be ashamed of where you're starting. I told y'all I was in the woods in a shed, and like no lie, I was proud of my shed in the woods. I recorded my first YouTube videos in there. I used to work out there when the raccoon wasn't bothering me. Record videos of that too. Like it does, like I was so proud, and I want us to remember to be proud in our present moment, to be
Yeah.
grateful in our present moment, because only when you show gratitude for what it is that you already been blessed with are you going to have the aptitude to get more. Okay.
Mhm.
So I want us to definitely consider that. And Chandra, I'm going to show the website. It looks pretty familiar. Looks like you might have.
What is it, 201 and 202?
Yeah. So and then we did that with the Shopify challenge too. We're going to do something a little bit different this time. But the idea is that you're going to be able to take your stuff. I'm going to give you all a mini Automizer with this course. So we're going to use those markups to mark up for the website and to design. So y'all, we're going to get into it. Even if you've never touched Photoshop before, if your computer can't handle it, we're going to just table it and do the work for you so that you can go ahead and still get your Shopify store up. But do y'all see this? This looks amazing.
Thank you.
Absolutely amazing.
And
So
I
I
see
want to. Mhm,
somebody asked me, do I have a virtual address? Lala asked me. Um,
mhm,
yes, I do. I actually had a weird experience. So it was weird. It was graduation season. And I was telling you about this earlier, Shannon. I don't think I finished telling you about this, but it was a guy and he ordered a stole for his son for graduation. He
mhm,
came home and I always send my son is in the he's in the 12th grade now. I send
mhm.
my son to deliver my orders because I'm usually pressing, I'm usually working. The guy came to my home and picked up a stole. Later on that night, he texted and said his son lost the stole. So I'm like, well, you're not gonna try to find it? And he was like, no, I need another one. So so he ordered another stole, paid a rush fee for the next day. I printed the exact same stole. I sent my son out to deliver the stole again, and I could hear him when he called to say he was outside. I was like, okay, I'm gonna send my son. And he was like, oh man, like I was like, it was so weird. From that day, I went and I got a UPS store and I take all
Yeah,
my,
yeah,
yeah,
it makes sense.
I'm not doing that. That was weird. I was like, oh,
Well, you know what? These are all parts of the growing pains of growing and scaling the business. And I think that was it wasn't the best way to learn a lesson, but it was a helpful lesson so that it got you to taking it to the next level. And that probably saved you not only just in safety, but that probably saved you a lot in interaction time with customers. So that's
yeah,
what I tell you all. Like, if you could have a pickup spot or something where you're not interfacing with your customers. Everybody wants a brick and mortar, but a brick and mortar, you still need to be disassociated from it, because if you're the person that everybody talks to every time they come in, they feel like they have to have your time in order to get a job done. And guess
yeah,
what? You don't get the job done while they're talking to you for 2 hours about one t-shirt. So the more that you can, I had people walk into my shop and have to go to a computer to order off of my website. If
yeah,
you can't do, if you really feel like you cannot do this off of your phone or at home or your computer, then come over here, come in the shop and come over here to this computer. That was the only way I could receive orders. But I did want to say to Chandra, we got Chrissy on here too. I'm going to give her a moment
okay,
before we get started at 8. But Chandra, you are welcome. I actually want you to stay on if you can. I know you
yeah,
got to get your little one.
yeah.
But he's even welcome to come on the Zoom. Like these kids be absorbing this information now.
He'll be on here. He is a lot,
What do you call, is it Duda?
dude.
Duda, yeah. I was like, I remember that. I remember that name. Now when he gets older, he probably gonna be a little embarrassed. But for now, I think he's probably impressed.
Yeah. No, I'll show you guys my workspace. I think I had one question. Yes, Nikki, my website is created on Shopify. I actually use course 201 and 202, but I don't think that theme is available anymore on Shopify for free. If I'm not mistaken, but this website was created solely me never touching Shopify ever in life, created with course 201 and 202. So
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about nothing. I've never had a Shopify store before, of course, 201 and 202. And that's
that is precisely what we're doing with this challenge. We're going to make sure that in live real time, because I told y'all about 201 and 202, y'all would rather have a physical time to do it. So this is why the Shopify challenge is so important, because not only are we actually getting the Shopify store up, we're building the mentality, we're changing your mindset about why you need it, what you need to be doing with it, and really, yes, it's going to be nice to have something beautiful like this to put up, but the idea is that you know what's the purpose. You know why you're marketing now. You know why you're sending people to your website and not taking orders in your DMs, right? So this is really an experience so that we get it, we get the big picture of it. Yes, we get something done, but the big picture is that this is going to help you be more confident and more competent with your skill set. Okay. Thank you, Chandra. I can't wait to see Duda. Come on, tell him to come on and give us a little wave. I know he's gonna be excited about it.
Good night, everybody. And you guys are welcome to inbox me. I show my workspace on my interview that I did before with NA Lab. So if you guys want to see my workspace, go and watch that video. I actually show my workspace in that video. Everybody, okay?
If you all want, we can do another interview. If y'all want another interview, just say so. I'm sure that Chandra's willing, able, and ready to do another session, because I'm sure you're doing some new stuff now too.
Of course, yes. I am always innovating, always creating.
Yes, I love it. Thank you. And Monique says, I really need help. This is so helpful. Awesome. Samela says, thanks for your time. Awesome. Everybody saying thank you.
Hi, Coach Chrissy.
Coach Chrissy, hey. One time. Hey. Okay, Coach Chrissy, let me bring you up on the screen here. You know, I got all this stuff going on at one time. And then if you're VIP and Platinum VIP, you are welcome to stay for our Facebook session that we have tonight. But YouTube, you will not be welcome to stay. Okay. Just so y'all know, I love you, but I don't love you that much to give you all. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I feel like we give so much value and so much information for free. But I do this as a comparison. When people pay, they pay attention. If you all got this class for free right now, half of y'all wouldn't have the camera on, half of y'all wouldn't even be in the Zoom room. I know this for a fact because I've done free classes. I've done free, hey, I want to help you get your stuff together. This is a lesson in life. So for your customers, I want you to know that this is true too. When they pay attention. When they're paying a value for something, they appreciate that much more. If you make your stuff cheap or darn near free, then you have to be understanding that you're sending a message. And is that the message that you want to send? So yes, I do my free content. I want to make sure that you all get value, the free content. Absolutely. But some stuff I do. I'm a little bit selfish. Some stuff I share for this part of the tribe. Okay. So just to let y'all know, if you're not already in the challenge, you better go ahead and jump on. If not, maybe you'll catch the next train. I do this maybe once every 3-4 months. Y'all already know y'all was waiting on this Shopify challenge for a while. All right. So Coach Chrissy, go ahead and for the people who may not know, tell us who you are and what you do.
So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Coach Chrissy and I'm owner of Southern Girl Creations, and I am a coach with Innate Academy. And then I have my custom apparel and gifts business. I have I have Southern Girl Creations, and I have the graduation collection. So I have two platforms that I actually sell products on. One is strictly dedicated to graduation only, which is my Shopify store. And my Southern Girl Creations platform is being transferred over to Shopify at this time. I have a few tweaks that I'm still kind of working through, but it's almost there.
What's the graduation website again?
It's the graduationcollection.com.
Gotcha. So, Coach Chrissy, I would love to start off, because this is always going to be something that gets everybody's attention. Can you let us know what your biggest win is so far? What you feel your biggest win is, and then I want you, if it's not a financial definition, I want you to definitely let the people know, because that's going to be the thing that rings.
Well, my biggest win is being able to be at home, and be here for my children, for my mother. This year not this year because we just started it, but 2022 was a challenging year as far as with some health issues that started with my mom. Being able to be available for those situations, being able to be there for my kids, just going through, if you've been with us for a while, then you've heard my story, you've heard where I came from, and coming out of a domestic violence situation. That did not just affect me, it affected my children, it affected things with them. And so not just my healing had to be addressed, but the healing of my children and them being able to go to therapy, me being at home, really has been able to help in that situation, because I've been able to be available. One of my children was really struggling at school after some of the incidents that had happened here at home. And for me to be able to keep them at home and have them have school from home and not be, and even after they were letting them go back to school after COVID, being able to have the freedom to still be able to do that with them, that was very important for me. And at the beginning, I was trying to juggle, full-time job plus my business on the side, and then all of the things with them. So being able to get to a position where this business allowed me to be financially free enough to be able to stay at home. Once I lost my job and was laid off from my job, then this business allowed me to be able to stay at home and not have to go back to a 9-to-5 job somewhere. So as far as the financial success of the business, actually today was like an aha moment, because we get our little memories from Facebook, and I had a post that popped up as a memory, and it was basically one of those posts that you see where says I'm focusing on my business, I'm focusing on my family, my money. And that was today is my 2-year anniversary with Innate Academy. Today is.
I didn't the anniversary.
Yeah, so today I officially joined Innate Academy 2 years ago today. And I made that post. I actually had made several posts that day, and because I saw in my memory the next post after that was one that I had made just saying, it's amazing to me how I can post something on my social media and I get like all of these likes, but I post something about my business and post a product and nobody is crickets, no response, no like, none of that. And I made that post on that day too. But then when I saw that today, I'm like, it's amazing what this period of time can teach you, because when I made that post, I was frustrated. I was frustrated with, trying to build this business and thinking, I got all of these friends. I got like 900 people on here. And every time I post something, nobody comments, nobody likes, nobody, I have family that, they're buying t-shirts. They don't even call me and ask me, hey, Christy, can you do this? They don't even reach out to me. But, over these 2 years, now today, I saw that post and I was like, you know what? Because they're not my target audience. And I've learned that. My friends and family, they are not my target audience. So my business has grown and blown up, with what at that time, 2 years ago, when I made that post, where I thought that I needed them to support my business and to share my business and to help me get my business out there. And now 2 years later, I know that that's not the case,
Right.
So it was to see those come up in my memories today. It just made me sit and, reflect back on the mindset that I had at that time. And then not just the mindset that I had at that time, but the blessings that have come in my life, since that day.
Right.
And that the biggest one being joining Innate Academy.
Oh,
So,
I love to hear that, because this is the reason why we're here. And Coach Chrissy, I never saw that post when it first came out, but since you've been a part of this community, and I say that because you've always like shown yourself up in the community. The more that you've been serving, the more that I've been seeing you blessed. And that just speaks exactly to how I operate. I'm a servant leader. I'm going to lead with service in mind first. And then if I know that if I do things with, passion and purpose, that the profit follows. And I can truly say that not only are you able to run your business successfully and create phenomenal products, but you've been able to take your experiences and help others in the academy as a coach. And you've also been able to, as a partner, now, like, I never imagined when I started this that I was going to have partners, because, in the creative industry, like, everybody's cutthroat, want to steal your stuff or want to act like they like you just long enough to steal your stuff. So that's what we think.
right.
So it was a breath of fresh air to really even come across you and your willingness to help and just find ways to pitch in and really see where I was stressed out and where I was, where I was pushing myself too much, and say, hey, well, I could step in. I'd love to help you with this. And you just demonstrated that help. And I think over time, not only you helping me, you've helped the community, you've created courses, you're teaching full on hands-on classes in Photoshop when you hadn't even touched Photoshop before the academy. So I have to say, thank you on your 2-year anniversary. Thank you, because if it wasn't for your investment and your belief in yourself and making that mind shift change, because y'all, this is why I start Mondays off with mindset. I have to tell you that nobody thinks, I don't think I need mindset. If I were to sign up for a class and they said, oh, we're doing Mindset Monday, I might be like, oh, that's a class I can skip. But I don't even like to tell y'all when we're doing it, because it's something that you don't know is needed until you get it. And then once you get it, sometimes you need to get it a few times. Some people have done this challenge a few times. And even the third time, it feels different than the first, because you're at a different mindset when you're receiving this information. So I want us to be aware of that's the first change that needs to be made. You want to believe that people love to pay you. Like, if you say, ain't nobody gonna pay for this, everybody around me is a cheapo. And like, if you keep believing that, you're going to keep attracting that. So what we need to believe, and this is how you're going to believe it, you're going to invest in yourself so great that you're not going to be able to charge cheap for nothing. You're going to make your website look so good and your products look so good, your quality so good, you don't feel bad about charging more for what it is that you do. And then you'll start attracting the people you know you deserve. And it won't matter to you whether you make that $10 sale from that person who's trying to dwindle your price down to nothing in your chat or on the phone. You won't even waste your time with that because the price is the price. Matter of fact, most of you during this challenge, I'm going to get you to increase your prices.
Yeah. And that's I made a post a couple of weeks ago in the group when I was just starting to gather my numbers for the year to start getting ready for tax preparation time. And so when you go into Etsy and your main dashboard, it has your numbers where you can, click them down from how, 7 days or a year, 30 days. So I just did the year. And when we went to the Graphics Expo in Dallas in March of 2022, I think it was March, I went to a seminar there that said, it was titled how to price your products or something like that. Are you charging the right price? So I went to that seminar thinking that this was going to be a seminar to teach me the numbers game of how to, figure out what my products cost and how to, mark that up and what to actually price my products at. And really what it ended up being was a seminar that taught me what am I worth? Not so much how to charge for my products, because they're not just getting the products, they're getting the expertise that has come along with me being able to put that product out.
Right.
And so he issued a challenge at the end of that seminar for us to all go home and raise our prices. And he told us, would you rather, he said, right now, he went around the room and he started asking a bunch of people, he started saying, how much do you charge to do a logo? How much do you charge? And I think the person who said that they charged the most to do a logo was like $75 for a logo.
Wow. Wow.
And so he said, do you know how much I charge to do a logo? And people started saying numbers. He said $750.
That's where I start at a logo.
He said I charge $750. Now, I had to do, for you to make $750, you would have to do 10 logos for the one logo that I do and get paid $750.
That's it.
What would you rather? Would you rather have to do something 10 times or do something one time? And the difference is not your work, it's your customers.
Yeah.
And knowing who your customers should be and knowing that your price is your price.
That's it.
He said you should know your prices like you know your name. And when he said that, it made me think, because people say, Chrissy, how much would you charge me for such and so? And I'd be like, well, let me see. So what do you know? And I start asking a bunch of questions. And because you in your mind, you actually have a number. You actually know, okay, this is how much I charge, but you don't have the confidence in yourself and what you do to say, this is my price.
That's it.
And if they have some type of reaction to be like, the price is the price, Yep. So, but what I saw from my numbers was that I actually had like 30-something% more revenue, I think it was, from 18% less orders. Because I charged more money for what I was putting out. And so 2023, I increased my prices again, changed my prices again. So because I'm learning that the people that have those issues with paying, those are the people that are going to work you to the bone and are never going to be satisfied with what you put out.
That's it. That's it. And it's not going to be worth it. And speaking of like the increase, y'all, Coach Chrissy over here being modest right now, because at the beginning of this year, we in the inner circle, we had to set our financial goals. And initially, before we even started setting the financial goals in the inner circle, I told Chrissy last year, I was like, you're gonna have a 6-figure year next year. And she was like, you think so? I was like, no, I know this. I know this. And you tell the story better than me. You tell the story.
Yeah, she came and told me that. And told me, like, when I was setting my goal, I was like, oh, I think like, maybe 75, 80, maybe, and she's like, you're gonna have a 6-figure year. And I was like, I don't know. But I did have a 6-figure year. And I actually set my goal at I said 100K was where I wanted to be. And I fell just shy of 200K for 2022.
Can we clap it up for that, y'all?
Oh.
Like, pretend like this is like when you hear somebody else's success, you got to imagine it like you got to celebrate it like it's your success. Like, how many of us would love to see that? And the thing is, you don't have to wait to year 2 in the academy, because Coach Chrissy's giving you her blueprint. I'm literally giving you the blueprint of everything that I designed, the way it comes out of my head, the hours that it takes. I'm putting it in a format where you don't even have to fret about it. You could take 5 minutes and have the same level of graphics that I've had designing in Photoshop for 24 years. The same level of graphics. So you don't even have to have the confidence about the graphics. You just have to be confident about the service you can provide, the experience that you can provide. That's what's going to sell people. That's what's premium. So Coach Chrissy increased those prices. She worked on, and here's the other thing. So I'm gonna tell y'all, and we gotta let our guests come in to Coach's Facebook class. So I want to give y'all my four C's here that I want y'all to take heed to tonight. So one is your confidence, knowing that you have faith to do the thing. That's one. Second is your competence, being good at something and doing it enough to be good at it. Some of us want to hop to the next thing and start selling that thing because we forget the thing that we're actually really, really good at already. Do that thing first, right? So that you have your competence. After your confidence, then you have your circumference. Who are you around? What's your circle look like? Here in the academy, this is a powerful circle. Chrissy's a living testimony of that, like being here and then also contributing to this circle, right? So that's your circumference. And then finally, your congruence. Are you doing things in alignment with the person that you say that you want to become? And if you're out of alignment any which way, I don't care if it's personal life, I don't care if it's the way that your mindset is and whether you think you can do this thing or not. Like, if it's not congruent with the way that person would think, act, or feel, or perform, then you're off and you got to align yourself. Okay. So with those things said, we are in the perfect position to have creative domination this year. I don't want to see nothing else but wins. I'm not even focused on my wins. I'm focused on y'all's wins. I want to see these wins. I want to be able to come on this live next time we do a challenge, and I want to be inviting y'all on to tell these similar stories. Do you hear what I'm saying? Like, you all can do this too.
And just because I know one thing, a lot of times, you can be in other groups or whatever, and people will say things and they'll say, this is what I did, or I did this. So I am going to make a post in the group just to show y'all. I have my I'm gonna black out my personal information, but my 1099Ks for my payment processing through PayPal, and my Etsy store, I am going to share those with y'all so that you all can actually see that. is
It's not just
valid.
possible. That's the thing. Like, so proximity turns possibilities into probabilities. So you being even in the room right now is bringing you closer to what it is that you that you just can achieve. The next thing you're going to achieve. You're in the space right now. This is precisely where you're supposed to be. So I want us to treat it just like that. Kim's coming in. Yeah, I didn't try to ask you to unmute. I was trying to hit that button, but you let Kim in. So I want us to take this experience. And I know we might be tired. I know we might be drained. I know we might be feeling things from the day or from the family or from the forces around us. But really and truly, the only thing that can stop us from success is us, right? The only thing that can actually stop it, stop the progress, stop the learning, put the website down, save it for later. The only person that can do any of that is us. So really and truly, there is no excuse. There is no excuse. And I learned that a lot of times we give ourselves these outs. And right now, I want you to understand that just like we did our list the other day, where we had our fears on one side of the list and our freedom on the other side of the list. And I want us to treat every occasion that we come up against like, is this fear greater than my freedom? Or is my freedom greater than this fear over here? So when we talk about going live or posting on social media, putting your work out there, are those fears really greater than your freedom? We talked today, everybody on here said, I tell y'all my biggest flex is that I can wear a t-shirt and biking shorts every day. I don't have to put on makeup. When I want to get cute, I do, and I can. But I literally can live like this, and I can have my niece and nephew sitting right beside me. My niece and nephew, I call them my babies. All kids are my babies, just so y'all know. If y'all kids ever come around me, they my babies too. But I can have the babies around me. And not only can I just have them here, but they're actually a part of the process of me teaching and pouring into others. This is the life that I really design in my head. This is what is bigger than the fear. This is what allows me not to be afraid of frogs. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like if I'm by myself, a frog come around, oh no, I'm not doing that. But if a frog was in the car while I'm driving my niece and nephew around, you better believe I'm not afraid of that frog at that moment. I don't know what it is, but we need to tap into that, right? Where your freedom is bigger than the fear. Your goal is bigger than the fear. And so tonight we're going to get into some Facebook. We done already ran over a little bit into this time. I want to make sure that our guest is available right now. Thank you so much, Coach Chrissy. And thank you, Chandra. Like, we need this kind of motivation. We need this kind of information to know that it can change our situations. Hey. All right, let me see. And then what I'm going to do, let me see. Can I pin? Yep, I can pin. Well, I pinned it, but the video went away, and I think I could do a co-pin. There we go. All right, I'm gonna get Stephen a moment. Let me know whenever you're ready, Stephen. You can unmute whenever you're ready, because I'm sure the people are ready for you. We done gave them a little motivation, a little inspiration. Now we're ready for the information. Yes.
Sure.
By the way, first of all, I want to give a round of applause for Chrissy and Shannon. Y'all were dropping some bars a second. It was when you said what was it? You said proximity turns possibility into probabilities.
Yeah, I made that one up. I did my little Myron thing there. You see?
Oh, that was
hard.
A bar. And then I want to give a big shout out to Chrissy talking about raise your prices. That's one of the biggest things that I'll tell y'all need to be doing right now. Everyone on here should go and raise their prices tonight, because one thing that people don't understand is that what people don't understand is, like, they're always talking about branding. What people don't understand a lot of times is that your pricing is a part of your branding, right? And when the way that you're pricing your products are automatically attracting certain types of people and repelling certain types of people at the same exact time, right? And people don't realize that. And we can go into a whole different situation, but let me not start chasing rabbits already, man. What's going on, y'all?
How y'all feeling tonight? Yo, it is, first of all, thank you to Shannon for having us today. We really want to pour into y'all today. And, I just want to kind of gauge the room, and I'm going to do that in a second. But for those y'all in here right now, Like, how hype are y'all about learning about some Facebook ads? Drop a fire emoji in the chat if y'all are ready to learn about these Facebook ads, because I'm telling you, like we're a marketing mentorship company, and we've been running Facebook ads for years and years. And we've gotten some amazing results. We've generated millions of dollars online via Facebook ads. And I'm seeing those fire emojis come in. Yeah, y'all, like, this is one thing about us. Like, for those of y'all that haven't seen us speak anywhere, we operate off of energy. So y'all are going to be our fuel tonight. There's going to be a lot of participation that we're going to ask from y'all as well. And you know, the people who pay attention the most are the ones who actually go out there and make the moves, action takers or money makers, y'all. So we definitely want y'all participation tonight as well.
Definitely. And just to let y'all know too, a little bit about us, the more energy y'all give us, the more information that we tend to give. So, you know, it's in y'all's best interest to like light up the chat tonight, right?
Yes.
Because if we don't get any interaction, then we just fall asleep, and then nobody gets no information. And then, you know, this is all a waste of time, right? So we appreciate y'all. Okay, y'all burning up the chat. We appreciate you guys.
Love it. So let's go ahead and jump in. So I'm gonna gauge the chat again. How many of y'all have ever heard of us, Rich from Anywhere? Drop a 1 in the chat if you have. And if you have not heard of Rich from Anywhere, drop a 2 in the chat. Let's just seeing a lot of 2s, which is good.
Good.
Because we're definitely gonna show y'all some things and change your life tonight. Change your life, you know.
Absolutely.